Gender is confusing. I recently cut my hair really short, like the shortest it's ever been in my entire life, and it kind of flipped a switch in my brain. I am a teen girl, debatable. I never had dysphoria during my childhood, at least none that I can remember. I felt pretty neutral towards girly/boyish things. When I hit puberty, it became peak discomfort. I remember walking around with a hunched back in an attempt to hide my boobs with a loose shirt. I never liked makeup or anything traditionally feminine that I saw my classmates do. Though I always felt ugly among my peers, I had supportive friends. They were predominantly girls, and I was fine with that. As I got older, I felt an even bigger pull towards more masculine things. I was obsessed with historical figures, archangels, and other male biblical figures, fictional characters, musicians, and generally anyone that I got gender envy from, which at the time I mistook for a crush. Suits, baggy clothes, and flat-chested bodies were a hyperfixation for me. The majority of my friends were guys. That was the period when I really started debating my sexuality and even gender. But hey, it was lockdown, my hormones were messing with me. Probably just a phase, right? Just a girl, wanting to be thin and beautiful. The past few weeks have been hell. I have had a lot of time alone to process my feelings and emotions, which made me really confront what I've been pushing away. I've always struggled with body image issues, insecurities. However, the idea of living life as a woman repels me. I know I most likely have a lot of internalized transphobia and homophobia and misogyny and a plethora of other things, which kind of prevents me from thinking about it rationally. I'm confused and frankly exhausted from fighting this battle with my brain. Hours upon hours, I scrolled through subreddits, reading stories of beautiful trans men and women sharing their experiences. I fantasized about life as a guy, about having a flat, muscular chest, about having that V-shaped, boyish body I've dreamed of. I imagined what it would be like to wake up in the hospital bed, glancing down at my flat chest after surgery. Yet I am still so lost. My whole life, I perceive myself as a masculine girl. I read posts of women who said it was a phase for them, and the moment they hit adulthood, they fell in love with their femininity and accepted themselves. In my mind, I yearn to grow old as a man, yet I also fear of missing out on what could be a beautiful life of womanhood. I fear transition and the negative effects TRT might have on my body, but the sight of a young man makes me upset, angry, and disgustingly envious. I feel like a fraud, a crossdresser hiding my self-hatred behind a costume and using an imaginary, idealized boyhood as an escape from reality. Perhaps I am just an awkward, insecure girl who desires to be beautiful, and my brain protects me from my self-esteem issues like this. The brief couple of days that I acted like I was a guy have been some of the most relieving out of all my teenage years. I know I'm young and most likely not neurotypical. I know I'll never reach that ideal male beauty I fantasize about. The doctors predicted that I would be a boy, and I was born a girl. I was loved by my mother and sisters and accepted by peers despite my imperfections, both physical and behavioral. I attended ballet classes and connected with other girls my age. I was a happy child. I still pride myself on my naturally thick, voluminous hair. I love my long eyelashes, and I've even started loving my face little by little. Anything below that? Still a work in progress. The whole experience has turned me from an atheist who only trusts science to someone who wishes that reincarnation exists so that one day I can be a young boy struggling with typical young boy things. Even now, as I type this out, I can't understand what the hell I am. I know that this might all be a bad case of teen hormones, internalized misogyny, insecurity, and just a fat cocktail of stress and fear. I just need to share this somewhere out there, even if it is to no one. I'm confused, scared, anxious, guilty, and terrible at chemistry.